Hello again, Jack McKeever here, Reiki Master Teacher. Just to let you all know, I will be doing Reiki 1 and Reiki 2 classes last week of January, first weekend in February. And separate, they would be $600 altogether. If you do Reiki 1 and 2, I take $100 off and give them to you for $500. These are certified courses and follow the International Reiki Association's guidelines. Now, what I want to discuss today is word. That's right, word. In the Toltec wisdom, it says, be immaculate with our word. What does this all encompass? When we look at being immaculate with our word, we have to sit there and think a bit, because it's not just a small thing, and it's not an easy thing to do, because being immaculate with your word, you have to think now mind, emotion, respect, honesty, integrity, all of these things. Even our own self-esteem is covered through that. Now, let me explain. Let's just take the mind for a minute here. Our mind encompasses 3 flows in it. And within those flows, any one of them gets jammed. It's like a dam. And all of a sudden we don't think clearly, we don't see clearly, all kinds of different things like that. So anything that can disturb the mind, all of a sudden falls under being not immaculate with your word, because it's not you. So let's take that mind for a minute and let's look at some things. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Clutter equals confusion. All of these things. So if your house is a disaster zone, not clean, what's that tell you about your mind? If you drink or do drugs, what's that tell you about your mind? What's that tell you about yourself? That tells you that you can't respect yourself. You have a low self-esteem. And it also incorporates the fact that we'll blame everybody else for our own predicaments. See, our destiny is ours to make. It's from our choices that our destiny comes out of. So, if you can't keep your own house in order, your word is not true. See, because to be immaculate with our word, our mind has to be straight, so it can properly receive the emotions, so we can actually speak the truth. Honesty, integrity, values, self-esteem, all of this is being immaculate with your word. Don't say something you can't keep. Don't say something you don't do. Well, you see there again, if your house is cluttered, if you drink, you do drugs, all of a sudden you're missing appointments you can't keep. And it's not that you have dementia or something else, it's that drugs take over. Drinking takes over. Depression takes over. And at the end of depression, all of a sudden, you get anxious because you can't pay your bills. It's a downward spiral. Our self-esteem gets hurt because we can't seem to understand. But logically, just look around you and you'll understand. So being immaculate with our word is just that. If you can't be immaculate with your emotions, you can't be immaculate with your word. See, for years we were told as men, we had to be gentlemen. We could never hit a woman. We could never abuse someone. We couldn't, there were so many laws to being a gentleman. Chivalry became, you were the utmost in gentlemen if you were chivalrous. Now, what's that mean? That means that you would help somebody out in a bad time. You would always protect a woman. These were our rules, our guidelines. Now, there's a lot of women out there that will slap a guy if he tries to protect her. Sorry, but that's just the way things go. On the other hand, people keep sitting there saying they have a low self-esteem. Well, self-esteem is self-generated, same as happiness. We have to be happy with ourselves, which means we have to have our own self-esteem. We have to know we can do it. There again is being immaculate with your word. Because you can break that down into 3 parts. Immaculate with your word, with yourself, with others, and with your environment. All of those things are very, very important. So when we look at respect, all of a sudden you see how much respect encompasses. It's not something minor. If you can't respect yourself, who the hell's going to respect you? If you can't respect what you have and know you're blessed, you can't respect yourself. You see, so honesty is a big virtue, but it's all-encompassing. It's not something small. Being immaculate with your word is not something small. And we're going to discuss more and more about different things, different philosophies that actually work. Okay? You can have the philosophical belief that Christ will forgive you, God will forgive you, Mother will always forgive you. But the bottom line is, can you forgive yourself? Because that's where self-esteem starts. Can you forgive yourself? And are you willing to change? You can't forgive yourself and then go drink a 26 or shoot up a line. Doesn't work. You got to change too. So there's always the action that follows that self-respect, that follows that, oh, I've got to change. If you want a road to destruction, you can keep on going. If you want a road to enhancement and betterment, then by God, be honest with your word. That's all. Talk to you later.